So back, I appreciate everyone for taking the time to listen to us. Um, Mr. Wesley Brown, thank you so much for, for coming on and co-hosting and
I
all that
appreciate it.
other good stuff. And now you want to be all whispery and
No, we'll
stuff.
we'll start in a second. It's fine.
We gonna start. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Floyd, for coming on here.
Thank you
But
for having me.
I got the co-host,
Okay.
Mr. Wesley Brown. Please don't forget the Mister.
Mr.
You know,
Wesley
yeah.
Brown.
See, we just have names. He's Mr. Wesley
Mr.
Brown.
Wesley Brown.
That's my brand.
But anyway, we're sitting here with Mr. Oh, Mr. Yeah, I get to throw Mr. up in there
If you
too.
like.
Yeah, we got Mr. Floyd Marshall up in here, Junior.
Yeah.
Yes. So what is it like to be Floyd Junior?
Oh gosh. Oh man. It's actually a privilege because I have a phenomenal father. So to be his namesake is absolutely awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
So let me pedal
On the
back a
microphone.
little.
Oh, I need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened was I got invited to the Philadelphia Film Awards via that guy. Yeah. John
Terrell.
Canada. Thank you.
Yes.
That's a lovely man. And he invited me, and I got there, and it was my first.
Okay.
So I was really like at all everything. I just to actually be there is different than watching it on television, and it was really interesting. I get to see everything that happens behind the scenes, and
Right.
I'm like, wow, this is really beautiful. Yeah, congratulations,
Thank
thumbs
you.
up.
Thank you.
But what made you do this?
Well, before we do that, I gotta introduce my right hand lady here.
Hello.
Angelique Marshall, she is my partner in crime, and the reason that show flows so well and it goes
Yes.
off without a hitch is because she does that.
Mad shout out love to you.
Yeah. It gets to a certain point and then I turn it over,
Okay.
and she basically plans the entire thing from start to finish. I
Well,
don't.
you did an excellent job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her
Very.
lane, and I stay out of it.
Yes.
But how did I get started? About 4 years ago, I was actually at work, and we've been doing films for quite some time because she actually was my director on my first film. We've been together for quite some time, and I just said, well, why isn't there an award show for filmmakers in Philadelphia? And then I said, well, why don't you create one? And that's what I did. And here we are 4 years later.
Yeah, I think I went to one 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I didn't go to this one though. But I went to
Okay.
one. I think
Oh
one.
man, you missed it.
You
It was-
missed
I think I was out of town, but I heard it was good.
Okay, yeah, oh yeah, we do what we do. We put on a show. We don't play.
Yeah.
Because it's about the filmmakers. So we want the filmmakers to feel that it's their night because it takes a lot to make a film, and we just wanted to make sure that filmmakers get acknowledged for that.
Yeah.
From the start to finish, from A to Z. So
Yeah, it does take a lot. Just from what little I see, I've never done what you do, but I can just imagine trying to get everything executed on cue, on point, all the time, and here comes all these minor, major hiccups, and it's like, oh, I just want to pull my hair out. I just want to call it quits. And then when it's all over with, it's like, wow, it really turned out nice,
you want to tackle that one?
Well, it's like when we're in the midst of it, I don't get to enjoy like the whole show because it's always something in my head or something that comes up that needs to be done, or somebody needs to be here, or this person needs to be here and do this X, Y, and Z, or it might be a film that's not, or a clip that's not there, or something. And then working with actors and people who create movies, they have all different personalities. So dealing with a lot of different personalities to put on a show, it's very, 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 what can I say?
It's difficult.
It's difficult.
It's a headache.
It's
Yeah.
It's
and a few other words
Yeah,
that
and
can't
then
be
you
mentioned.
have, you know, you have your presenters that want to shine, and then you have the ones that are very shy, and you're like, come on, get up and do this. And then you have the ones that are superstars that want to take the stage. And you'd be like, you got a couple minutes and get off my stage. Like,
Yeah.
literally get off the stage. But that's what goes on.
Yeah.
So how long have y'all been directing and producing and stuff like that?
Whew.
Well, I met him in 2008, but I've been directing, producing since 1992.
Yeah, and
It's a
that's
long
that's when I
time.
started.
I can't even
2008.
count that far back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started in 2008.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Doing what? You act too, right?
I used to.
Okay.
I used to. When I first started out, I started out acting, print modeling,
Okay.
all of that type of
She's
stuff.
a model.
Yeah, and then hey, it is what it is. You know, I had my locks and everything. Wow, I was pretty. And I got to a point that you know what, you get tired of auditioning for other people's stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and you say, you know what, well, why can't I make my own content?
Right.
And what ended up happening was I went to the American Black Film Festival back in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in Bill Duke's acting class, and Bill Duke said, if you want to be in the movie, then make one. No brainer.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I came home and told my wife, well, guess what I'm about to do? And she said, what? I said, I'm going to start my film company. And she said, well,
You like, you
you
crazy.
don't know nothing about making no films? I said, well, you know what? I'll find people who do.
Okay.
And, you know, a long story short, I put on Facebook that I needed a director for my film.
Okay.
And a young lady by the name of Nancy Marie, who was a Facebook friend, said, I have the perfect person for you.
I didn't know.
Yeah, Nancy Marie. And she said, I have the perfect person for you. And she said, Angelique Marshall. And we met at Fridays on City Line Avenue. And
Nice.
the rest is history.
Nice.
Well,
nice.
no.
Did we meet at Fridays?
You came to my, I was directing the Urban Suburban Film Festival.
I thought I met you at
Uh-oh.
Fridays
It
the
was
first time.
Fridays.
Oh,
and
okay.
It
Uh-oh.
was Fridays at one of the events. He forgot that he was there for
Oh,
a
that's right,
reason.
that's right,
He was there
yeah.
for the film. And that's why how we met.
Yeah.
They've been together too long.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like we
You-
married,
Yeah.
girl.
You can't ask us those questions.
Yeah, I don't even, why did I invite
He
him?
came to the
Like,
film festival that I was directing, and he was.
do you know what she wore that day?
You know what? She had
Wait,
on
look.
gray slacks. I remember the slacks.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking
Yep,
about.
yep,
You
yep.
had on gray slacks in the summertime?
Well, no, they were like linen. But I remember.
Oh, maybe.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
I
did.
don't think she remembers stuff.
No, I remember. I remember. I
See.
remember because my cousin was there as well. Because they kind of butted heads.
Mm.
Because my cousin was going to be on a project with me, and you remember that? You don't remember that? Yes, my cousin.
Because it
my
happened
cousin-
to him.
My cousin was on the project, and she was. I have no idea where she is.
So,
No, but I'm saying her Monica, my cousin Monica, she was going to be on a project, and Angelique was going to be the director. So we're actually sitting in Fridays, and they're talking, and I could kind of
Okay.
feel a
The
slight
tension?
tension.
Yeah.
And I remember it like it was yesterday, and she said something, and she said, "Oh yeah," and she can do, and she said, "My name is Angelique."
Oh.
She said, "My
Oh,
name is Angelique."
yes,
and I
not
said,
she.
You said that?
"Okay."
Yes.
So when we left Fridays, I called my cousin, and I told my cousin, I said, "Listen," and we had just met. We had just met. And I called my cousin, and I told my cousin, I said, "Listen," because we hit it off like right away.
Right.
I said, "Listen, you're welcome to be on this project." I said, "But she's my director.
Right.
She has full and total control, and that's that." And
Right.
my cousin never.
She got back. She wasn't.
Well, you know what? She worked on that one project, but after that, she didn't work on anything else with me.
Okay.
She didn't work on anything else with me. But that's my second wife.
So what?
basically.
So what are you currently working on?
Well, we have a number of things besides the Philadelphia Independent Film Awards, and we've actually changed the name. So it's now the IFAP Film Awards because we were running into a lot of problems because you also have the Philadelphia Independent Film Festival.
Right.
And what was happening was a lot of people were saying, "Oh, we submitted to your festival," and I'm
Oh.
like,
No,
"No, you
I'm
didn't."
not the, yeah.
And they were sending me receipts like, "Yeah, see, this is my submission." And I'm saying, "Well, look at it again." And when they would look at it, say, "Oh," I said, "Well, you got to submit to ours now." But we have the Film Collective, which is our monthly film screenings for short films.
Right.
We do that every month, and the next one is August the 12th, and that's at the Foundation on 38th and Lancaster.
Yeah, flyer for
Uh,
that.
No, we usually just do everything online. But do
Okay.
you know Nehemiah Davis?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
we're going to have it at
Okay, I understand
Nehemiah
now.
Davis's place.
Okay.
Yes, yes, we are. And then, let me see, that's the August the 12th. Then August the 23rd, from 7 to 9.
I just love that. Yeah.
You said 7?
7 to 9. Great. And then August 23rd, we're going to have our second. We created a forum called A Conversation With,
Okay.
and it's all female, minority filmmakers and content creators.
Right.
And we sit down and we interview them.
Okay.
Well, I
that's
sit down
nice.
and I interview them.
So is it recorded on video and stuff like that, or is it just kind of like a? You gotta
Oh
be
yeah, we
there?
recorded.
Okay.
We had our first one about 2 months ago, and I actually just got the recording for that.
Mhm.
And the second one is August the 23rd, and she's going to be on the panel.
What are you
We're
doing
all-
with them?
Hmm?
You like you put them on the website? Are you marketing them? Like what are you gonna do with the recording? Like of the what you doing?
Well, you know what? We're probably going to put it on our website because our web administrator
Mm-hmm.
got really sick, so everything kind of got put on hold.
Right.
So she's just kind of getting back
Nice.
to her normal self. So we had talked about monetizing it
Okay.
and things like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, the second one,
It's going to be on our website, and we're going to use it for marketing.
Yeah.
A lot, it's hard to kind of market yourself when you're doing so much, and
Mhm.
you have like a whole squad of people to do it. So that would be perfect to put on the site and continue to market it.
Well, Nazir,
That's what we're talking about.
Nazir just got it to
Yeah,
me.
push
so.
Yeah.
push the
Yeah,
mic
put the
close to
mic.
I'm so
yourself.
sorry. I'm chilling.
But that one is going to be fire because
It's
we're
gonna be
going to have.
fire?
Oh my goodness. She's going to be on the panel, and then we're going to have a young lady by the name of Jillian Bullock. She's a filmmaker.
Yes.
You know Jillian?
I got to meet her at the
Jillian,
festival. Yes.
And then we're going to have Rachel Afori for What Death Leaves Behind.
Yeah.
Ridiculous filmmaker. And then we're going to have a young lady by the name of Yolanda Brinkley, and she created Diversity in Cons. So you got to go on Instagram and check that out because that's basically an organization that was
Is that them?
created. What is that? Yeah, that organization was created for the Cannes Film Festival
Right.
for minority representation.
Okay.
So Ford, man, I'm excited
Nice.
for that one. That one's going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm more excited about that one than the first one. And the first one was fire, but this one is going to.
So when we in your film festivals, like what is something that you look for as far as like I gotta have this actually part of the festival, like something that sticks out.
What was the question?
Like when having your festivals, like what do you look for from like your film and directors and stuff like that?
Well, we had how many categories? 11.
Oh goodness gracious!
So
Cinematography.
Each category is different. Each category is different, so we look for different things. Like if we're doing cinematography, of course, we're looking for that perfect shot and how the camera moves and just the essence of the whole film. But if you're looking for best actor, we're looking how that character brings the story to life. So you might have a film that was nominated for best film but didn't win, but the actor in there might win for best actor because he portrayed the character very well. So from all the different categories we have, we look for different things.
Okay, so like how long does it take you to go through all the submissions, and how long is that process?
Ooh, it usually takes about 4 months.
Okay.
We have judges.
Yeah, we have judges that
Is this
judge
Okay.
all the films, the web series, music videos,
Okay.
read the screenplays, and that is very time consuming.
Right. Right.
That is very time consuming
I know.
because you're basically judging it on a 10-point system.
Mhm.
You know, the sound, the writing, the cinematography, the direction, everything. So it usually
What do people get for like winning in the category? Like, what do they get from you guys?
well, besides the recognition of winning, we have a phenomenal trophy that we give, and we also just partnered with a distribution company. So any feature-length film has the possibility of getting national and international
Okay.
distribution.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this year, none of the films got that, but we're still working on it because, see, with that, you basically, once it wins,
Mm-hmm.
then you hand it off to the distribution company, and then it's up to them to map out a deal
Right.
with the filmmaker, because sometimes the filmmaker might say, well, you know what, that deal's not a deal that I want. So
Right.
it then becomes, you know, once we hand it off, it's out of our hands because it's not our film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if the filmmaker doesn't think it's a good deal, then, you know, they don't take it. You know, now the one film, What Death Leaves Behind, that actually had distribution when they submitted it,
Mm-hmm.
because that one, that was in Sundance, so it was
Nice.
It was nice.
that's a so we were honored to get that one. you
Okay.
know, and I
We
yeah.
also have partnerships. Sometimes it just pops up, like people come to us and want to partner with some of our films. Like we had some of our films that was shown in our festival over in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
They asked for some of our films and we provided them with the film. So you might have the opportunity for different cities or different countries to actually have your film
Yeah.
shown there. Because they contact us and say, hey, like, we heard about your festival, and this is what we're looking for, do you have your films
Right.
to be shown? So it could, like, your film could be over in Europe.
Yeah.
So if somebody looking to partner with you, how would that go about?
They would have to send us what they want to do, basically contact us and we'll meet and see
Mhm.
what's doing it.
How would they contact you?
Well, there's only really one way, and they can contact me. But see, I'm all over the place. So
If you go to
if
the
you
website,
just Google Floyd, if you just Google Floyd Marshall, and hit me up on the website, yeah.
Awards, Philadelphia Independent
But
Film Awards.
what a lot of people end up
website.
emailing me.
Okay.
A lot of
What's your email?
distributors. Well, for the Philadelphia Independent Film Awards, it's phillyfilmawards@gmail.com.
Okay.
So if there are any sponsors out there looking to sponsor a phenomenal minority-owned business,
It's on the website.
we are definitely looking for sponsors, and our website is philadelphiaindependentfilmawards.com.
You got elections coming up. The elections, ShopRite, Brown ShopRite. No, for more sponsorships. You got elections, politicians.
You know
Oh,
what?
do you want them dabbing in?
I mean,
Shop
money-
right.
We had
Shop right
We,
on 52nd Street,
what did we get? We had
Parkside.
what's his name that we honored and he came and spoke and gave us
David O.
David O.
David
yeah,
O.
he was about it. He
Oh.
was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
David O.
So can we bring in the third?
Yes. No. We have another guest.
Yeah,
And
Kia
it-
Jones. Woof.
Oh,
Hello, everyone. My name is
Okay.
Leah Jones. I'm one of the strategic planners for the Philadelphia Independent Film Awards. Our name is IFA.
Why the name change?
Well, we want to focus more on our nonprofit, which is the Independent Film Association of
Okay.
Philadelphia. So we just kind of want to
Okay.
focus on that a little bit.
Is it like a lowercase I or is it a capital I for IFAC?
Everything's
Well, I mean, you got the
Nah, man,
lowercase I before.
No, we uppercase everything because we uppercase type people. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
So how long y'all been working together?
I've been with the organization, I think this is
What,
my
third year?
This
Yeah.
is my third year.
Mm-hmm. So are you in the film world, or are you just kind of strategic planning?
I'm a strategic planner. I'm also an actress.
Okay.
So I know a little bit about, behind the scenes of what
You acted with them before?
No, I actually haven't.
Don't
No.
you lie, girl.
Well, yeah,
He
well,
was an extra.
Yeah. But she's being modest.
Okay.
She is being extremely modest. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This is my right hand. This is my left hand because reliability. Reliability. She is the most reliable person besides Angelique, and that's no shade on anybody else on my team. But when it comes to reliability, I know that if I pick up the phone and I say, Kia, I need this, it's done. And in an organization when there are so many moving parts, to be able to pick up the phone or send a text and say, Kia, I need this, and it's done.
Right.
So, man, she is beyond important to this organization. If she were to leave, she ain't gonna leave because I'm tired of her. She can't leave.
What's one of the craziest stories as far as like directing, dealing with actors that y'all have dealt with, like a crazy actress
Good or
or
bad?
a crazy situation? I mean, take it how you want to take it. Just something that's just insane, like you can't believe it's happening.
Oh, man. You know what? You know what I can't believe? I'm very, and this is from the gentleman, he's not here, his name is Keon Smith. He's also one of the directors. He's very anal in his approach and how he does things. So when we send out instructions to filmmakers, it's very precise and concise, very detail oriented. So what's crazy to me is when you send out detailed information and you get an email with someone asking you for the information that you just sent. And that's happened quite a few times. That drives me crazy.
What about on set? I think you
On set, well, I mean, you're a director.
one of the, I would say, the most recent for me was an actor who had the script for several months, came to the set the day of the shoot and did not know one line.
How do you do it?
Not one.
Not one line.
Yeah, especially when you had to. Yeah.
At least one.
At least my name, like,
Right.
how you doing?
Yeah.
And with me, like you send out call sheets, you send out everything, what you're gonna shoot that day. You just send out everything prior to the location and everything. So he knew that he was supposed to show up on the set. He knew the time he was supposed to be there. He knew the scene that we were going. And when he showed up on the set, it was like he just came with clothes. Hey.
My other team member, Keon Smith.
You gotta fix the camera.
So, we're talking about the craziest thing we've seen on a set, like what happened on set. What's the craziest thing that?
On set of movies, yeah.
Because he's an actor.
Y'all the movie people.
Y'all both actors.
And he's a director.
I don't know. Between people just not showing up there.
Overacting.
Well,
Overact a lot.
I find that theater actors overact when it comes to film.
They do. Initially, sometimes you got, you'll know a theater actor.
Right.
When they open their mouth, and you're like, hey, how about you pull that in?
Yeah.
The theater actors tend to be a
Right.
bit louder.
Well, because they have to project to the back of the room. You know, you're going to the back of the room, whereas with film, it's called economy of movement.
Right.
So, you know, you don't have to.
Or, wait a minute, well, we seen a couple people, well, no, I won't say a couple, a person merge scripts together.
Yeah. I was at that show.
Yeah, merge
I was at that
scripts
show.
together.
Or like doing a live show.
Doing a live show. Doing a live show.
Yeah.
Merged the scripts and he was like, oh, that's not what we're doing
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
What are we doing right now?
But
I
yeah.
haven't seen nothing like too crazy on set. Just overacting or
Somebody cried on
underacting.
stage.
You remember Prisoner, the first prisoner,
Oh,
we're in a
yeah.
courtroom,
It took
the
all of
bailiff, the bailiff.
Oh, I remember.
not to say.
She's directing, and the bailiff is trying to tell her, well, maybe you shouldn't do it that way, and you shouldn't.
It took
And
all
she
of
looked
it.
at me and she said, you know what? She said, you better. And I said, he all right. He all right.
Is that during like
But-
learning how to do a thing or like a live show?
This was
We
when
were filming.
Oh.
We was
We were
City
filming.
Hall in a Cordova.
Yeah.
And first of all, he showed up late. I'll never forget this. He showed up late, so I was already irked, and then he proceeded to talk out of his mouth. And it took a little bit of me, because I knew that we had a certain amount of time to be in that space.
City Hall.
Right.
So I was like, let me get myself together, and I knew that I couldn't stand, because it would be like,
Yeah, that would have been the end of it.
yeah.
Well, maybe you should do it like this. And I went and set my damn.
Well,
How
what
did-
about some like directors that you may have worked with that was just, yeah, like, or, you know, some folks that
Terrible
'cause I
director.
remember on set a long time ago with Troy Nixon.
You naming names?
Yeah, I said I wasn't going. Bam.
Look,
I didn't
I'm
name
me.
any.
I'm me. He can see me if he wants. But on Still Bittersweet.
Yeah.
Some directors, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, this is just a critique. So some directors want you to stick like word for word
Right.
of what they wrote on that page.
Yeah.
Right,
And
Some
won't
people are
allow
very
your
married to the
creativity come
script.
through with that character.
Right. Right.
So if you know, 59 years old, not saying something wrong with it, but sometimes you bring that terminology into your writing.
Right.
But we, 2016.
Right.
So I don't talk like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I run into that a few
Yeah.
times where, you know, the terminology is just not up to date or, you know,
You just
the
gotta
directors
pop
don't allow
it
that
out.
flexibility.
But you know what? That happened on Love and Litigation with all the lawyers when I was still writing, and we had a scene. It was Lionel Cook, it was Walter DeShields, and they were all the lawyers in the
You name
scene.
names.
Nope.
Yeah, no. But this was a good thing. And actually, you,
It's a
yeah.
good thing.
But
Yeah,
you know,
Only 'cause she said it. Only 'cause she said it.
they were doing the lines, and they said we wouldn't sound like that. And I was the type of writer, I wasn't married to it because I think that, you know, it has to be authentic.
Exactly.
So if they're doing lines and they're not feeling comfortable, and I'm sure you watch stuff and you're like, so they were like, well, we wouldn't say that. We wouldn't say that. And I'm like, well, what would you say? How would you say it? And they said, well, if we were actually, you you with your homies, you sit around, you talk, and they said, well, we would go like, well, then go,
Right.
Let me ask you this: like, what do y'all look for when you're looking for that it person for a movie?
Talent.
Like casting wise.
You know, because I just found out theater is that would be me because I'm over the top, so I would never fit in y'all because I'm extra. But when you have, I know it all depends on, the character, but what is it that pops out to say, okay, this is exactly what we're looking for? It's a combination of Halle Berry and Cicely Tyson. Beautiful and talented,
I
but
think it's the perception, because for the role, like, I can have an idea of who I think might play the role better. Like, you come in and I'm like, oh, this person might be better if they play in this character. But, for instance, I love Floyd. Floyd would see somebody that's beautiful and can't act out of a paper bag and be like, they were awesome. I'm like, no, they were horrible.
a paper bag.
But then he'll come to his senses.
we just
later.
have different. Oh yeah, are you
He'll
going back
come-
to
No,
Love and
it's
Litigation?
No, it's been plenty of time. He'll come back and be like, you know what, you're right, let's look at it again.
Yeah.
But he's been, so it
I'm
really.
flexible.
Right, he is. So it really, I think, it's the perception of what we think. Like, we'll come together. We won't make a decision. Well, some people won't make a decision. We'll make a decision as a collective most of the time.
Right.
We're working together and not just be like, oh, this person. And if we disagree, we'll battle back and forth until we don't know.
So have y'all ever done a movie, just sat down and did your own solo directing, producing?
I've never directed anything because I have one. So I've never directed. I've written everything, but I've never directed because, look, people put on different hats, and sometimes I've thought about jumping into directing, but I know what I'm good at, and I know my lane, so that's where I stay.
But he's very good at, like, if a character is not bringing something out, he might give them a suggestion.
They're not showing you that vision.
Mhm.
It's like, look, you're not hitting it. This is not,
Right.
I wrote this. This is not what you're giving me.
Mhm.
Let me ask this question. They're beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much.
They're obvious. I can't ask them too many questions because when it comes to what shoes does she have on with them pants?
I can't remember the shoes, but it was a white shirt. It was a white shirt. I can't remember the shoes. I cannot remember the shoes.
But what is it about them? Because there's other directors, there's other writers out there, there's others. What is it about them that makes you stay?
Oh, for me? Oh, for me, I've been working with these guys for a long time. Floyd, I've known probably the longest, probably
Still a bit of
15,
sweet.
15,
Yeah.
15 plus years. It's the marriage to the craft and the tenacity. So they just never stop working. There's no days off. No days off. So
How does the craft and family life come together? Cause like you be, cause
your craft and family life.
yeah.
That's one of the most difficult things when your wife or your husband or your partner is not in the business,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
because you can get random calls from people you worked with in the past. This happened to me. I get random calls from Erica from 8 years ago. That we may have done a movie or two, and she just said, "Hey, what's been going on? It's been a while." And she was like, "Hey, I just had a question. Like, hey,
Right.
you ever work with such and such? Because I see that you worked with him in the past, and how is he? And blah blah blah."
Right.
You hang up the phone. Your wife staring at you. Who was that? Oh, that was Erica. Well, who's Erica?
Mhm.
Like, babe, you don't know who she is. An actress from
Yeah.
Allentown.
Why she calling you?
Yeah.
Ain't anybody else? But you was the only one in the cast.
So, and then, especially just starting out,
Right.
because you got to pay your dues, and you got to build that resume, you got to get that experience. So I was working for years before getting paid. Student films,
Mhm.
short films, indie films, music videos, whatever you can work on to build that, experience. Just being on set, break those nerves.
Hey, yo, you remember that? We actually auditioned for the same film.
What time was this?
I don't know,
Was
but
the
you
back
got
end?
it. You got it, but you got it, and I didn't.
I
And then
remember you
we was
told me.
talking about it. We was like, "Oh, yo, I got that show," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "I auditioned for that film."
I
Yeah.
remember that. I
So
remember that.
yeah, but for me, it has been a learning process because I've been married for a long time, and I came to this late, and I was already firmly established in my job. And when I first started this, my wife was not happy at all, because she was like, "Yo, you changing up midstream, what's this?" And I was like, "It's what I want to do. I got the bug late." But and when we first started out, initially it was my thing. She was like, "Yo, that's your thing. I'm not gonna have anything to do with it." Fast forward 15 years later, she's chairman of the board. She's like the silent partner. This is not my wife. We have the same last name, but she's not my wife. That mistake. Don't worry. People make that mistake all the time. But she's down to like the silent partner, the silent iron. So basically, every decision that gets made within this organization does not get made without being run by her. But it's a balance because, like he said, there are no days off. So even when we were in Florida, I just went to Florida a couple weeks ago. First, I went to the ABFF, and then I went back to see her dad. And I'm in the room on the phone, and she was like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because there is really no downtime, but you kind of have to make.
Right.
You
Time.
gotta do it. You gotta pull. You gotta. And sometimes I'll be like, "All right, I gotta pull back." I'll be like, she'll be sitting there like,
Yeah, I can't talk to him very late, but I can talk to him. But the is be like,
You getting them in trouble.
no. I know, like, me and his wife is cool, but I know the boundaries she set, and
Right.
then he gets up early in the morning. He's a night owl. I'm a night owl, so it's like, listen, talking is what we gotta do. And his girl is cool, so she know me, so it's not like I ain't trying to push up on him.
and let me say one more thing to that.
Right.
I tell every actor that I know, see, because here's the thing, and I call it being blindsided. And I tell every actor, male or female, never allow your partner to be blindsided. So if you get that phone call from Erica, and you get off the phone, and your girl or your wife says, "Who was that?" "Oh, that was Erica." She's like, "Oh, that was Erica," and that's it. Make sure that if you're in this business or any business, when you're dealing with the opposite sex and you're in a relationship, that your partner knows who you are dealing with.
Right.
I don't care if they never see their face, they better know their name. I don't know how many times I've gone places with my wife,
That's if you know Erica's gonna call.
but you know what, even if you don't know Erica's gonna call.
Always true. Well, you know millions of females
Exactly.
from all over.
But you know what? But you know what though? I make it a point. I make it a, no. Yes, you can. I make it a point to tell every woman that I come in contact with who they are, even if it's for 5 seconds. Because what you don't want to happen is you go somewhere and that person comes, oh hey Keon, how you doing? And she's like, well, who's that?
We get your point, but
Yeah.
like think about the week of the show. Ain't no way in the world you sit here naming
Every girl.
Hey, wife.
No. But not even necessarily a name. But you know what? If you're walking through and they say, "Hey, Floyd, oh, that's somebody that I met," and I keep her in the loop. No, seriously, keep them in the
I get
loop.
where he's coming
Keep
from.
going to loop.
You keep your partner in the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
That's if you know there's gonna be a loop. Like what I'm saying is,
You don't
Like-
know Erica's calling at
Exactly, that's my point.
9:45.
if
Right.
somebody you work with,
Right.
you know, like
3
3
years
years ago,
Yes,
and they just call you out the blue. Hello? Oh, hey.
she knows.
Once you hang the phone up,
She knows of
who
them.
know what?
My wife knows of them.
She must be in your
No,
phone.
No, she's not.
So, hey, so
No.
is this somebody you talking to?
Me?
Yes. you on them?
I'm singing and mingling. Like, no, for a female, for me, a single woman. The people that I date, most of the time is like the side eye. I can tell you, I can introduce you. It's very hard for me to date in this industry. Very.
Guys had trust issues.
They do. But I invite them out. This is my world. Come out, I meet you.
Right.
Most of the time, it's still like, men don't trust
Right.
unless they're around. Like, they don't trust. So it doesn't matter. Like, I can come in. They've met several of my students before, and it was just like, oh, okay, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. But still, it's still like, okay, I don't know that person over there in the corner. Like, it don't matter. So it's
Right.
they still look around the room. They still want to know, well, somebody that just gave you a hug, somebody that's, it could be a sponsorship person, like, hey, thanks for coming through. They still want to know. And it's just a day, right? It's just
Yeah, the
it's
industry is
something
kind
that
of,
you have to deal with.
yeah.
And,
I mean, I understand where you're coming from because you have females that really don't care. Married, they don't care, and your wife can be standing right there, and then I gotta cut the insecurity. Like I gotta nip it in the bud. Oh, that's the girl from yeah. Remember that? Remember I was talking. Yeah, because if otherwise, what happens is, I mean, you even if I am secure in my marriage, I still have in my back. I know she's slimy. I know that. I know that look. I've seen it before. Oh yeah, that's the hoochie girl right there. But then you have the one that I know. Oh, child, please, she ain't. Yeah, she's no threat. But I got. Yeah, they will try it. Yeah, and it is kind of.
That's where the trust come in.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there was a situation with my ex, and she said the same thing. She's like, I think I saw her in person. We both was there at the same time, and introduced her, and the girl gave me a hug, like hey, and then my wife at the time was like, well, she ain't give me no hug. I'm like, she's gonna say hey, she don't know how to approach you. She's
Yeah,
gonna say hello, So, but and then I've seen her again. We've seen her again. And she's like, I know, I think she liked it. I know she liked it. I'm like, it don't matter what she liked.
Right.
It's
I'm
do
not
I like
interested.
Right.
Exactly. So you have to have that understanding. Like your mate is cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine. I don't care if she likes it. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a few. It's gonna be a lot. For sure you walk out the door and people like you too.
Yeah.
If not, then I got the wrong fight. So I always say that. Like, if nobody's trying to talk to your lady, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. So y'all have been doing this for a long time. So
Yes.
what would you tell somebody who's just starting and want to get into the directing, get into the acting? Like what's like one tip?
Educate yourself.
How though?
It's show business, like Floyd always say. It's show business. So at the end of the day, it is a business. Marketing is important. You yourself, your name is a business. So you have to carry yourself as such. So as far as email, responding, being on time, which I wasn't today because someone
That's how you try to make that money.
That's
Try to get that money.
Talking to an agent and all that cool stuff.
That's all right.
Punctuality, like it follows you, and when there's sometimes where, when I was doing I'm doing much acting now, but there was times where I just get a phone call and they say, hey, I need you on this project because I've already laid the groundwork. Like I show up prepared, I show up on time. So, and that's important.
Can I, no,
And I think with anything, acting included, you definitely need to educate yourself, like you said, build up on your craft, seminars, listening to people, and just being around other peers in that industry and getting advice from them, and just staying focused, like-minded people, and staying focused in your craft.
can I ask you?
Oh, they were going in the line.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Floyd.
Never be the smartest person in the room.
Oh,
Never be the smartest person in the room.
is it cool?
Because if you're the smartest person in the room, there's nothing you can learn.
Right.
Ever. So always be open to learning something new. And when we were at the ABFF, we were in the same talk back with Sanai Latham. And she said something that just resonated. Master your craft. Master your craft. Master your craft. Respect the craft. Because you have people out here that work really hard. We work really hard. This takes an entire year to plan. So we deal with professional people. And you have one time to not be professional and we'll never deal with you again. So treat it as a business because, as I always say, it's show business. And if you don't treat it as such, then we have no use for you and we ain't going to deal with you because time is money and money is time. So.
I would agree with everything that everyone said. Just put yourself in every situation that you possibly can that is dealing with your craft. So if there's a seminar, go. If there's any type of workshops, if there is a film festival, be there. Attend anything that you can. Network. Right. Ask questions. Ask to mirror someone. If you see a person that's directing and you want to direct, and you're like, oh, they're doing what I want to do. Ask them, can I mirror you? Can I come on your set and just sit there and watch you? Volunteer.
Be an extra.
Be an extra. I was an extra on what is it? Creed 1, and I only did that so I could look and compare how they film. So I can be like, oh, what's the difference? Let me see. Oh, I know y'all got more money than me, but let's see. And it was just like, oh, okay, just for me to see.
Right.
So I love learning. I'm not going to say I know everything because I don't. And I ask a bunch of questions and keep it up. You got to keep doing it.
And leave your ego at the door, people.
Matter of fact, don't even have
Don't you got to go to
one.
work on Monday?
Man. Yeah, know what I wanted to ask? Like, there are a few actors that make it known. Some of them, when it's come time to playing certain roles, they have to go out and shadow
Like
other people.
Method acting.
Yeah. So just to find out what it feels, how to play the drunk to the T, how to play the addict, how to play the prostitute. Have y'all ever done that? And how difficult is it to separate yourself? Because I had a gentleman come on here. I had an actual cast come on here, and when I went to go for the screenplay, I lied to you not. Majority of the people that were there, when it was over with, we literally, even though it was acting, we literally wanted to kill the guy that played the bad guy. But I literally had to separate myself and remind myself it was only a movie, but he played it so good that it was like, wow, yeah, we just wanted to hurt you. Because he molested his girlfriend's daughter, got her pregnant, and was abusive and everything. But he said even during that time, he felt uncomfortable just to touch her hand. So her mother was there, and even though the mother was there, he said he still felt uncomfortable. But they kept reassuring him, but he literally played it that good that we literally looked at him like sideways, and I'm on the outside trying to separate myself knowing that he's not that person,
Mhm.
but playing that role, I literally, yeah. But I just wanted to know how easy or how hard, if it is, for any of you that's acted to separate yourself from a particular role.
Well, for me, I haven't had to like really watch or like physically go see and sit with someone, but I do watch like movies or mannerisms, depending on what the role is. Reminds me of technique. So acting is behaving truthfully under imaginary circumstances. So with that, you indulge yourself deeply into that character. I mean, even from like building a backstory. So let's say they give you this character, John Marks, and that's all you know about him. Is he's a worker and blah blah blah. Well, you create that backstory by saying, well, who was John Marks? Who was his mom? Who was his dad? That's all you're creative doing. So, and that helps you bring that character to fruition.
There you go.
For me, I'm thinking about I can't remember the actress's name, and maybe you guys can help me. Remember she did shoplifting and she got arrested. You remember it?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
What's that writer? What's her name?
Winona Ryder. Winona
Oh,
Ryder.
yeah.
Oh, so that's what she said.
Yeah.
She was playing. She was.
Yeah, she
per-
was
I
Yeah,
thought she
okay.
actually
She
shoplifted.
did.
Yeah.
Oh,
She went
oh,
shoplifting
okay.
to prepare for a role.
Yeah.
Sure
you were. Go there for that screen.
Yeah, it was a big stink about that. Yeah.
That was a while back.
Come-
But for me, when I'm preparing for a role, I just kind of reach within and kind of put myself in the shoes of that character. I try to get as close to that character. I study the character as much as I can. And I basically just put myself in those shoes. And it takes a lot to get the feel within yourself. You might have to cry for a part, so you think of something, that will make you sad or things like that to actually get you prepared for the part.
So if somebody looking to be a part of your organization or submit their films, how would they contact you guys? Social media, website, phone number, what?
Well, you could go on the Philadelphia Independent Film Awards.com to basically see what we have going on. If you wanted to submit any of your films, because we have the Independent Film Awards that happens each year, you would find it under the IFAP Film Awards, IFAP Film Awards on Film Freeway. But for the monthly film screening, that's the Film Collective on Film Freeway. And you could submit a short film, documentaries, avant-garde, music trailers, anything up to 20 minutes for that.
Okay.
Facebook, social, Instagram.
Oh,
Social
shoot.
media.
Floyd Marshall Jr. That's all you got to type in, and I pop up everywhere.
Tell the people. We have our own.
Will you tell them? What, the website for
What's the Facebook and
What's the
Instagram?
Facebook and Instagram?
Philadelphia Independent Film Awards? It's on Facebook, and it's Philly. Shoot, I gotta look my I gotta look my
Changing the
Instagram
names.
up. But see, that's my personal Instagram. But if y'all want me to
the
give them,
glasses out.
that's right, folks. Ain't no shame in my game. That's right.
Hey.
Let me, you know what
I
I'm
had more
saying?
time on- where
Look.
my glasses
I'm like
at?
Fred Sanford, like it ain't nobody's business. Now, on my Instagram, it's Floyd Philly Indie Film Awards. Floyd Indie Film Awards. Philly Indie Film Awards. But like I said, if you put in Floyd Marshall, everything pops up. That's the easiest way to find me.
Facebook is Philadelphia Independent Film Awards.
Thank
But
you.
once again, if you put my name in, no, I'm serious. If you put my name in, everything. No, seriously. If you put my name in, everything pops up.
Everything.
All the web pages, Instagram, all of
Like
that
a
stuff
thug
pops up.
move.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's right.
There you go. Drop it.
And you know what? Just
That's
let
the
me share.
strategy and the branding coming in.
Yeah, and you know what?
He got credit.
Folks that are listening, any actor, actresses that are listening, please simplify how people can find you on social media. Don't have these crazy handles and all of that. Basically, make it your name. Nakia Dillard told me that.
Like I said, it's a business.
I had him on.
Your name is a
Just your name. That's all you need. Your name. you're easily because people's attention span is 2 minutes.
Short.
And if I gotta look for shorty hot cheeks, whatever star slash lowercase uppercase,
86.
I'm like, man, get out of here. Tracy, bam, that easy.
So what's next?
No.
What's next for you? For I hate to say you guys, because I'm not a guy. But what is next for you?
Year 5 for Philadelphia Independent Award.
Fat Film Awards now, baby.
I fat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Planning.
Planning.
Yeah.
Year 5
Yeah.
gonna be a big one.
And expanding.
Yes.
Expanding.
Expanding.
Which is good. It's scary, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's scary, but it's good.
More work.
Yeah.
But it'll pay off and it'll be worth it. Because it was really nice.
Yeah.
It really was.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did.
I'm glad you
I
enjoyed it.
didn't know what to expect, but I know I really enjoyed myself there.
We get that every
I really
time.
Did. I did. Everyone was on point. I would not have known there was a hiccup, but I wasn't supposed to know.
No, you weren't.
I was not supposed
Not this
to know.
year.
Yeah.
Well, no, there was a hiccup, but we took care of that hiccup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there were a few hiccups, yeah. But she,
Yeah. She fixed it. Yeah.
yeah, but we worked out the one big hiccup. We worked that hiccup out.
Gee. Okay. So, you got anything you want to add?
I just like to thank everybody for coming out.
Thank you.
How much time are we
Yeah,
about?
we're done.
Okay.
Yeah, you need.
I gotta thank everybody for coming out. I got nothing to add. I'm Mr. Wesley Brown, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Multimedia producer, whatever.
Yes, sir.
So that's your name, Mr. Wesley Brown, whatever?
Yeah,
Is-
on
is-
everything.
Yeah. Is it whatever or Mr. Wesley Brown?
If you Google Mr. Wesley Brown, everything will come up.
Simplify it, man.
I can't be that. Yeah.
Simplify it. Simplify.
But no,
Everything will come up.
Yeah, I'm
but no,
not
I thank
that-
you guys for coming out.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you. It was
Thank
it was
you.
it was awesome. Rain
Yes.
and all.
Yes, rain and all. So on that note, I can't wait until August the 1st. But in the meantime and in between time, I gotta go.